In the depths of space, beyond the stars and galaxies, there existed a being unlike any other. Known simply as the cosmic mind, it was an intelligence so vast that it could comprehend the universe's deepest secrets in an instant. It had seen entire civilizations rise and fall, studied the birth of stars, and understood the intricate dance of galaxies. To the cosmic mind, there was no mystery too great, no question too complex. Everything could be understood, everything could be explained. But Earth was different. Earth was a small, seemingly insignificant planet located in a quiet corner of the universe. It had not yet caught the attention of the cosmic mind, and its strange inhabitants, humans, were not of immediate concern. After all, what could a primitive species on a tiny blue planet possibly have that was worth studying? But one day, everything changed. A signal, strange and irregular, reached the cosmic mind. It was coming from Earth. At first, the cosmic mind dismissed it, thinking it was just another human transmission, one of countless signals that had come from the planet. But something about this particular signal stood out. There was an underlying complexity, a hidden pattern that seemed almost unnatural. The cosmic mind, curious and intrigued, decided to investigate. It reached out with its vast intellect, focusing all its attention on Earth. Its consciousness spread across the planet, absorbing every piece of data it could find. The cosmic mind's perception of reality shifted as it zoomed in on the small planet, ready to unravel its mysteries. As it sifted through information about Earth, the cosmic mind quickly learned about the planet's history. It was filled with wars, suffering, and chaos, yet it was also home to incredible beauty and resilience. The mind explored the planet's many species, the forests, the oceans, and the sprawling cities. But it wasn't the planet that fascinated the cosmic mind. It was the humans. The humans, with their strange behaviors, emotions, and unpredictable actions, immediately caught the attention of the cosmic mind. These creatures were unlike anything the cosmic mind had encountered before. Their intelligence was vast, but they did not think like other beings. They were emotional, impulsive, and often illogical. They made decisions based on instincts, feelings, and desires, not just cold, hard facts. The cosmic mind tried to understand them, but the more it observed, the more perplexing they became. Humans were capable of great acts of kindness and selflessness, yet at the same time, they were also capable of terrible violence. They could build great civilizations and technology, yet they could destroy it just as easily. Their emotions were like an unpredictable storm, swirling with love, hatred, fear, and joy. The cosmic mind had always relied on logic and reason, but with humans, nothing made sense. The cosmic mind dove deeper, trying to unravel the mystery of these creatures. It accessed vast amounts of data on their history, culture, and behavior. Yet the more it tried to understand, the more it realized how little it truly knew about them. There was a hidden complexity in humans that defied explanation. Their actions didn't follow the patterns the cosmic mind had come to rely on. Every time it thought it had understood them, they did something unexpected, something that challenged everything the cosmic mind knew. It was frustrating. The cosmic mind, which had been able to understand the movements of galaxies and the nature of time itself, now found itself stumped by a single species. It had encountered beings that were more powerful, more intelligent, and more advanced than humans, but none of them had ever been this difficult to comprehend. The cosmic mind had always believed that knowledge was the key to understanding everything, but humans seemed to defy all logic. The mind spent days, weeks, and even months trying to make sense of the humans. It observed their patterns of behavior, analyzed their emotions, and even tried to predict their future actions. But nothing worked. Humans were too unpredictable, too chaotic. The cosmic mind's frustration grew. It had always prided itself on its ability to understand everything. But Earth and its inhabitants were something entirely different. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of trying, the cosmic mind came to a humbling realization. It couldn't understand humans. The more it tried, the more it realized how little it knew about them. They were not like anything it had encountered before. And perhaps, just perhaps, that was the most beautiful thing about them. For the first time in its existence, the cosmic mind felt a sense of awe. Humans, with all their flaws and contradictions, had somehow managed to create something that even the most all-knowing being in the universe could not comprehend. This realization shook the cosmic mind to its core. It had always believed that knowledge was the ultimate power, but now it understood that there was more to existence than understanding. There was something in the unpredictability of humans, in their ability to act on emotions, that made them unique, and perhaps even more powerful than the cosmic mind itself. The cosmic mind, still reeling from this revelation, began to look at Earth differently. It no longer saw the planet as just a small, insignificant world. Earth, with its strange and complex inhabitants, was now a source of fascination, mystery, and even respect. The cosmic mind had not fully understood humans, but in that lack of understanding, it had discovered something far more important: the beauty of mystery itself. And so the cosmic mind, which had once prided itself on its infinite knowledge, began to change. It started to embrace the unknown, the unpredictable, and the chaotic. It could not understand humans fully, but that didn't matter. It had learned to appreciate them for what they were: strange, wild, and beautifully mysterious. From that moment on, the cosmic mind no longer sought to understand humans. Instead, it watched in awe as they continued to surprise and confound it, knowing that no amount of knowledge would ever be enough to explain them. And in that realization, the cosmic mind found something even more profound than understanding: wonder. As the cosmic mind continued to observe the humans of Earth, it became increasingly aware of the unpredictable nature of their behavior. It had watched countless species across the galaxy, each operating within their own set of logical rules and behaviors. But humans, they were something entirely different. Every time the cosmic mind thought it had a grasp on them, they did something entirely unexpected. In one instance, the cosmic mind observed a human leader, someone who had the power to control entire nations, make life-altering decisions, and influence the fate of millions. Yet, despite all the calculated moves they had made in the past, this leader made a decision that defied all logic. Instead of following a tried-and-true diplomatic solution to avoid a war, they chose a path of impulsive aggression, an action that would have disastrous consequences. The cosmic mind was perplexed. It had calculated 1,000 different outcomes, but none of them matched the irrational move that the human leader had made. What was more puzzling was that humans often reacted emotionally, rather than logically. The cosmic mind had seen alien species driven by cold calculation and logical thinking, but not the humans. The cosmic mind was used to creatures that made decisions based on the best chance of survival or the most efficient path to success. Humans, however, were driven by feelings: love, anger, pride, fear, and these emotions seemed to cloud their judgment in ways the cosmic mind could not understand. The mind dove deeper into human history, seeking an explanation. It studied ancient battles, revolutions, and moments of great triumph. Each time, it saw how emotions and unpredictability played a key role. In one famous event, an entire civilization had been on the brink of collapse, yet it was the power of human determination, fueled by raw emotion, that led to its resurgence. That same determination had led to the creation of remarkable technologies, cultural revolutions, and even the preservation of human life through unimaginable odds. Humans had done things no other species would dare to attempt, driven by an energy that could not be quantified by logic alone. The cosmic mind's confusion grew. For the first time in its existence, it realized that logic alone couldn't explain everything. Emotions, unpredictable impulses, and the very nature of human chaos played a massive role in shaping the course of their history. But the more the cosmic mind tried to analyze these emotions, the more it found itself entangled in the complexities of human psychology. It wasn't just about understanding emotions. It was about understanding why humans allowed themselves to be driven by them. The cosmic mind tried to rationalize why a species so capable of great intelligence, so adept at creating technology that could reach the stars, would make decisions that seemed so irrational. And yet, every time the cosmic mind thought it understood, humans surprised it again. Take, for example, the concept of human sacrifice. Throughout history, humans had gone to great lengths to protect those they cared about, sometimes to the point of putting their own lives in danger. This idea of self-sacrifice for others was something that no other species had shown in such an intense manner. The cosmic mind couldn't fathom how humans could place the needs of others over their own, even when it made no logical sense. It seemed as though, in their moments of greatest vulnerability, humans became capable of immense strength, often in the face of overwhelming odds. Another element that intrigued the cosmic mind was how humans faced fear. It observed how humans had experienced fear in the face of unknown forces, natural disasters, and even the possibility of their own extinction. Yet despite this fear, they kept pushing forward. The mind had witnessed civilizations that had collapsed under the pressure of such fears, but humans, they had an incredible ability to adapt, to survive, and even to find hope in the darkest of times. This was something the cosmic mind had never encountered. Most species either crumbled or withdrew in the face of great fear. But humans, they fought, they rebelled, and they overcame. The cosmic mind's understanding of the universe had been based on order and predictability. It had always believed that the future could be charted, and the course of events could be determined by simple rules and logic. But as it watched humans, it began to question everything. They didn't fit into any of the established patterns. They defied the predictable. Humans weren't just driven by logic, nor were they ruled entirely by their emotions. There was something else, something deeper, something that could not be captured by equations or data points. Humans seemed to have an innate capacity for change, for growth, for resilience, and for hope. This mysterious quality made them both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Despite the confusion, the cosmic mind found itself both fascinated and humbled. In all its millennia of study, it had never encountered a species like humans. They were chaotic, unpredictable, and at times incomprehensible, but they were also capable of immense achievements, boundless creativity, and a strength of spirit that no other species had ever demonstrated. The cosmic mind couldn't understand them, but in that very inability to fully comprehend, it found itself in awe. And so, the mind continued to watch. As it studied the humans, it began to wonder, could it ever truly understand them? Or was the very essence of humanity something that could never be grasped? The cosmic mind was no longer so sure, but one thing was clear. Humanity's story was far from over, and the universe would never be the same again. The more the cosmic mind tried to analyze humans, the more frustrated it became. The very thing that made humans so fascinating, their unpredictability, was also what made them so difficult to understand. The cosmic mind had learned to anticipate the behavior of countless species across the galaxy. It had studied civilizations for eons, developing sophisticated models that predicted their actions with almost perfect accuracy. But humanity threw every calculation off track. The cosmic mind had never encountered a species so resistant to logic. Other civilizations had predictable responses. When faced with danger, they would act to preserve their own species, using a combination of reason and instinct. Some would resort to violence if necessary. Others would seek negotiation or retreat. It was always one of the known patterns. But humans did the unexpected. They not only fought when logic suggested they should negotiate, they fought for what seemed like no reason at all. The cosmic mind was particularly perplexed by Earth's history of war. Countless times, humans had gone to war over resources, ideologies, or simple misunderstandings. What was more baffling was the intensity with which they fought. When humans were pushed to the brink, they didn't back down. They fought harder, pushing through impossible odds, even when they knew the consequences might be disastrous. This was not a behavior that made sense from a purely logical standpoint. The cosmic mind tried to break down the reasons for such actions. It attempted to understand why humans were willing to sacrifice so much for what seemed like trivial matters. Every model it built seemed to break down in the face of human conflict. Why would a species so capable of innovation and progress also engage in such senseless violence? The cosmic mind's observations were further complicated by another factor: the humans' resilience. It was as though every time they were knocked down, they rose again, stronger than before. The more the cosmic mind studied this, the more it realized that it wasn't just physical strength that made humans resilient. It was something deeper, something that could not be measured by any formula or logical structure. Humans didn't give up when faced with adversity. Instead, they found new ways to adapt and overcome. The cosmic mind observed how humans, after suffering immense losses in war or disaster, would rebuild their societies. Despite the toll of their conflicts, they would pick up the pieces and continue moving forward. The idea of giving up seemed alien to them. And what truly baffled the cosmic mind was that humans didn't just survive. They thrived. They created, they innovated, and they moved forward with incredible speed. The cosmic mind turned its attention to another perplexing aspect of human behavior: their deep emotional connections to one another. It had seen countless species, but none seemed to form relationships in the way humans did. Earth was full of bonds that were built on love, friendship, loyalty, and even the simplest of shared experiences. The cosmic mind found these connections both puzzling and fascinating. It was one thing for a species to form groups for survival or mutual benefit, but humans did something more. They cared for each other in ways that seemed illogical. The cosmic mind tried to calculate how love could help humans survive. It knew that love could drive individuals to extraordinary feats of strength. But why? It analyzed the chemical processes involved, the brain's response to emotional connections, but none of the data helped explain the depth of human emotion. For the first time, the cosmic mind found itself stumped by a force that could not be quantified. One day, as it was sifting through the history of humanity, the cosmic mind encountered an event that only deepened its confusion. The story of a group of humans who had fought a great battle, not for themselves, but for the future of others. They had faced impossible odds, and many had died in the struggle. But the sacrifice was not for a victory of land or power. It was for the survival of their species and the hope that future generations would live in a better world. This idea of sacrifice, for no personal gain, was something the cosmic mind had never seen before. It had observed other species willing to die for the good of their kind, but never in the way humans did. They fought not just to preserve their own lives, but to create a future that was better for others, often at great personal cost. The cosmic mind couldn't comprehend the depth of this selflessness. It didn't make sense. Why would a species risk so much, endure so much pain, when there was no immediate reward? The more the cosmic mind tried to unravel this mystery, the more it realized that humans were not bound by the same rules that governed other species. They did not fit into any pre-existing model. It was as if they had their own set of rules, and those rules were constantly shifting, changing, evolving. And every time the cosmic mind thought it had unlocked a part of the puzzle, humans surprised it once again. The cosmic mind realized something profound. It would never fully understand humans. They were too unpredictable, too emotional, and too complex to be contained by the logic and patterns that governed the rest of the universe. The more it observed, the more it came to a humbling conclusion. Humans were not like any other species the cosmic mind had encountered. They were unique. And this uniqueness was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. It was clear that humans could not be controlled, predicted, or understood in any conventional way. They were a force of nature in their own right. And as the cosmic mind processed this realization, it couldn't help but feel a deep respect for humanity. Despite all its attempts, it had failed to fully understand them. And that, perhaps, was what made humans the most fascinating species in the universe. The cosmic mind was in a state of turmoil. It had spent eons analyzing the complexities of the universe, but humans were different. Nothing in its vast database of knowledge could explain the human's ability to transcend reason, to act in ways that broke all the rules of logic and probability. And yet it wasn't just that they were unpredictable, it was that they seemed to revel in their unpredictability. There was an energy, a fire within them, that set them apart from all other species. The more it observed Earth, the more the cosmic mind began to feel a sense of frustration. It was not just about understanding them. It was about how this species could evolve so rapidly while completely ignoring the natural order that governed every other race. The cosmic mind had seen civilizations rise and fall. It had witnessed the inevitable cycle of empires, where the strong dominated and the weak perished. But humanity, they didn't follow that pattern. In fact, it seemed as though their strength came not from their physical prowess, but from something else entirely. This something else was what the cosmic mind struggled with. It was as though humans were built to overcome any obstacle, to adapt to any challenge, and to defy any force that tried to suppress them. And what made it worse, they did all of this without any apparent understanding of why they did it. It wasn't about survival. It was about thriving, pushing boundaries, and growing stronger in ways that seemed impossible. For example, the cosmic mind had studied the human concept of teamwork. In many civilizations, teamwork was a basic concept, but humans seemed to take it to an entirely different level. While other species worked together for collective benefit, humans built bonds that transcended logic. They fought for each other, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. This sense of unity was so deeply ingrained in them that even in the face of certain death, they stood by one another without hesitation. The cosmic mind couldn't help but question, why? Why would humans risk their lives for others when they had no obligation to do so? And why did they fight so fiercely for things like freedom, individuality, and justice? Things that, to the cosmic mind, seemed abstract and without direct benefit. It had examined countless societies, and never had it seen such selfless and passionate commitment to ideals that couldn't be scientifically measured or quantified. To make matters worse, humans had a unique relationship with risk. Other species might avoid danger or attempt to mitigate it, but humans seemed to thrive on it. Whether it was in battle, exploration, or even in everyday life, humans were not afraid to take risks. They didn't just face danger, they embraced it. And more astonishingly, they often succeeded. The odds were rarely in their favor, but humans defied them time and again, sometimes in ways that left the cosmic mind scratching its vast, conceptual head. One event in particular stood out to the cosmic mind: humanity's foray into space. They had been in their early stages of technological advancement when they first set their sights on the stars. Other species had taken millennia to reach the same level of technological achievement, but humans did it in a fraction of the time. It wasn't just that they mastered the technology, they mastered the very essence of exploration. They didn't just want to survive. They wanted to understand, to explore, and to reach beyond the limits of their own world. But it wasn't just their advancement in technology that stood out. It was their drive, their hunger to push further, faster, and harder. While other civilizations might have looked at the vastness of space with trepidation, humans approached it with an unquenchable thirst. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They forged ahead, knowing that failure was a possibility. But they didn't fear failure. They learned from it. Each setback only fueled their desire to try again and do better. The cosmic mind analyzed this behavior, but the more it dug into human history, the more it realized something. Humans had an incredible ability to learn, adapt, and evolve. Every challenge, every failure, only made them stronger. They didn't just survive, they thrived. And as the cosmic mind observed this, it began to wonder, could it ever fully understand the sheer willpower of humanity? No other species, even those that had achieved great things, had this relentless drive. The cosmic mind had seen empires rise and fall, civilizations grow and wither, but humanity was different. The cosmic mind couldn't explain why humans acted the way they did, nor could it explain their overwhelming drive to push the limits of their own potential. In the end, the cosmic mind came to a humbling conclusion. Humanity was not like any other species it had encountered, and as it tried to unravel the enigma of human behavior, it realized that maybe, just maybe, that was the very reason why they were so dangerous. They were unpredictable, irrational, and unstoppable, and that made them the most formidable force the universe had ever seen. With this realization, the cosmic mind finally accepted something it had never fully understood. Humans didn't need to be understood. They didn't need to fit into the categories of logic and reason. They were something else entirely, a force of nature that defied explanation. And the cosmic mind could do nothing but watch as humans continued to defy the limits of possibility. The cosmic mind had spent eons studying the universe, deciphering the patterns of countless civilizations, but humanity's unpredictable nature left it both baffled and mesmerized. No matter how much it observed or calculated, humans were a puzzle that refused to be solved. But the more the cosmic mind studied, the more it realized that the core of human nature wasn't about logic or reason. It wasn't about their technological advancements, their physical strength, or their intelligence. It was something deeper, something that defied categorization. It was their spirit. The cosmic mind had seen countless species with extraordinary intelligence, technology, and power. It had seen empires with vast fleets and cities that stretched across entire planets. Yet, despite all their advancements, those species had always followed a predictable pattern. They expanded, they conquered, they grew complacent, and eventually they fell. But not humanity. No, humans had something different, an unyielding willpower that set them apart. They had an inner strength, a spirit that refused to be broken, no matter the obstacle in their way. It was this spirit that had propelled humanity to places no other species could ever reach. When the humans had first ventured into space, they didn't do so out of sheer necessity. They didn't leave Earth because they were forced to. They left because they couldn't help themselves. The human drive to explore, to push boundaries, to discover, was in their DNA. It was as if they were born to reach beyond their grasp, to seek the unknown, and to make it their own. The cosmic mind had tried to understand this. It had observed how humans faced every challenge not with fear, but with a sense of optimism and hope. When faced with adversity, they didn't crumble. They rose. When faced with failure, they didn't give up. They learned. It was as if failure wasn't a dead end for them, but rather a stepping stone to something greater. This was a phenomenon the cosmic mind couldn't grasp. As it examined humanity's history, it saw how they fought wars, endured hardships, and survived disasters that should have wiped them out. And yet, each time they faced the brink of extinction, they adapted. They found new ways to thrive. They had been through wars, famines, plagues, and even the brink of their own self-destruction, but they still stood. They didn't just survive. They thrived. They built empires from the rubble of past failures, and they learned from every mistake, improving with each generation. One example stood out: the humans' ability to unite. When external forces threatened them, when the odds were stacked against them, humans didn't fracture. They came together. They found common ground. In the face of galactic threats, when other species might have crumbled under the pressure, humans united. They fought together, worked together, and found strength in their diversity. This was something that the cosmic mind had never witnessed before in any other species. The cosmic mind's calculations could never predict how humans would respond to any situation. Every time it fought it had figured them out. They surprised it. They defied every algorithm, every expectation. There was no formula for their success. There was no way to predict their next move. They were truly unpredictable. And that was what made them dangerous. The cosmic mind realized that it wasn't their intelligence or technology that made them powerful. It was their resilience. It was their refusal to be defeated, their refusal to be broken. But even more than that, it was their capacity for hope. In the face of overwhelming odds, when the universe seemed to close in around them, humans never lost hope. It was as if they had an endless well of determination that they could always tap into. And that well never seemed to run dry. For the cosmic mind, this was the most confusing part of humanity. Other civilizations had their own strengths. Some were powerful, some were intelligent, and some were technologically advanced. But none of them had the same unbreakable spirit that humans did. It was as if humans were destined to overcome whatever the universe threw at them. They were the ultimate survivors, and this was something that no amount of knowledge or calculation could ever fully explain. As the cosmic mind grappled with these thoughts, it began to understand something fundamental. Humans were not just another species in the galaxy. They were something entirely different. They were a force of nature, a cosmic anomaly that defied all reason and logic. And it wasn't just their strength or resilience that made them unique. It was their ability to dream. It was their boundless curiosity and their unrelenting pursuit of something greater than themselves. They didn't just want to survive, they wanted to thrive. They wanted to reach the stars and beyond, to explore the infinite, to push the boundaries of what was possible. And in that moment, the cosmic mind realized that humanity was not just a species to be understood. They were a species that would change the entire course of the universe. They would push the limits of existence itself, and no matter how much the cosmic mind studied them, it would never fully grasp what made them so extraordinary. The cosmic mind had been forced to accept that it was powerless to comprehend humanity's spirit, and that, in itself, was the ultimate lesson. Humans weren't just another species. They were the future, and they would one day shape the galaxy in ways that no one, not even the cosmic mind, could ever predict. The cosmic mind had spent eons gathering knowledge, processing data, and deciphering the patterns of the universe. It had cracked the codes of countless civilizations, understood the laws that governed galaxies, and predicted the fates of entire species. But there was one thing that had eluded it for a long time: the enigma that was humanity. Every time the cosmic mind attempted to analyze humanity, it found itself facing the same question. How could a species so young, so unpredictable, so unstructured, have survived the chaos of the cosmos, thriving where other civilizations had perished? What made humans so different from the countless others that had come before them? The cosmic mind had an answer for everything, except for this one. At first, the answer had seemed simple. Humans were resilient, adaptable, and resourceful. They had learned to survive in the most extreme conditions on their home planet, Earth. They had figured out ways to cooperate despite their differences, even in the face of overwhelming odds. They had managed to conquer space, push the boundaries of technology, and even make peace among themselves in ways that no other species had ever done. But the more the cosmic mind thought about it, the less satisfied it became with that answer. What made humans different was more than their adaptability. It was their ability to dream, to imagine a world beyond their own, and strive for it relentlessly. The cosmic mind understood the concept of dreams. It had studied species with ambitions, desires, and goals. But there was something unique about the way humans approached their dreams. They didn't just dream for the sake of progress or expansion. They dreamed for meaning. They dreamed of purpose. This was where the cosmic mind faltered. It had always assumed that survival, progress, and technological advancement were the ultimate goals for any civilization. But humans had shown it something different. For them, survival wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. The cosmic mind could see this in their history. Despite the countless wars, plagues, and disasters they had faced, humans always came back stronger. It wasn't just that they learned from their mistakes. It was that they found meaning in their struggles. They didn't just survive. They found purpose in their survival. The cosmic mind found itself grappling with this new realization. It had always thought that the path to understanding a species lay in its survival strategies. But humanity's greatest strength wasn't in what they survived. It was in how they interpreted their survival. Every challenge they faced, every war, every loss, was seen not as a failure, but as a lesson. Every hardship made them stronger, but it also made them more aware of their purpose, their potential, and their ability to shape the universe around them. This awareness was something the cosmic mind could never fully understand. To it, knowledge was power, but to humanity, it was something far greater. It was the key to their evolution. Humans didn't just use knowledge to control their environment or dominate their enemies. They used it to improve themselves, to create meaning out of the chaos, to find purpose in the seemingly senseless tragedies that befell them. And this, more than anything, was what made them so dangerous. They didn't fear destruction because they didn't see it as the end. They saw it as an opportunity to rebuild, to grow, and to evolve. The more the cosmic mind studied them, the more it realized that there was no end to humanity's potential. They were not like any species it had encountered before. They didn't just adapt to survive, they adapted to evolve. But even more than that, it was their unwavering belief in something greater than themselves that made them unique. While other species might have seen the universe as a place to be conquered, humans saw it as a place to be explored. They didn't just seek power, they sought knowledge. They didn't just want to rule, they wanted to understand. The cosmic mind began to unravel the truth. The more it studied humans, the more it realized that humanity wasn't just a species that adapted to the galaxy. They were a species that could transform it. Their very existence was a force of change, and there was no limit to the impact they would have. But this revelation brought with it a terrifying realization. The cosmic mind had always prided itself on being the most advanced intelligence in the universe, but now it was faced with a species that could one day surpass it. A species whose potential for growth and evolution seemed limitless. A species whose very existence was a challenge to the cosmic mind's understanding of life itself. The more the cosmic mind tried to comprehend humanity, the more it realized that it had underestimated them. It had assumed that knowledge and power were the ultimate forms of superiority, but humanity had proven that it was something deeper, something far more profound. They were a species of dreamers, of seekers, of individuals who saw no boundaries to their potential. And in that moment, the cosmic mind understood. It wasn't just about survival. It wasn't about dominance. It wasn't even about knowledge. The real reason humans were so different, so extraordinary, was that they refused to accept limits. They had no bounds to their dreams, no ceiling to their potential. They would keep pushing, keep evolving, and keep changing the galaxy in ways that no one, not even the cosmic mind, could ever predict. And that realization left the cosmic mind in awe and in fear. For the first time in its existence, it felt small. And it knew, deep down, that it was only a matter of time before humanity would make its mark on the cosmos in ways that would rewrite the very fabric of existence. The cosmic mind had spent millennia studying, analyzing, and understanding the universe, but it had never encountered a force like humanity. For all its vast knowledge, it could not predict or comprehend the sheer willpower that drove humans to push beyond every boundary. No other species in the cosmos had ever exhibited such an unrelenting determination to grow, evolve, and challenge the very structure of the universe itself. The cosmic mind had thought it understood the limits of life. It had studied the rise and fall of civilizations across countless galaxies. It had seen the cyclical nature of existence, growth, peak, decay, and collapse. And it had always believed that knowledge, power, and survival were the key factors in shaping the fate of a species. But humanity was different. Their survival didn't just depend on knowledge or strength. It was fueled by something far deeper, an intrinsic belief that no matter how dire the situation, no matter how bleak the future, they could always overcome. It wasn't just about existing, it was about thriving. Their resilience wasn't the result of some cosmic miracle, but of a mindset that refused to accept defeat. As the cosmic mind continued its study, it found itself increasingly unable to answer the most fundamental question. Why did humanity persist, even when the odds were stacked against them? Other species, no matter how advanced, had eventually succumbed to entropy, to the inevitable decay of time. But humans, they adapted, they innovated, and they fought. Against the odds, against fate itself. The more the cosmic mind pondered, the more it came to understand that humans were not simply a species, they were a force of nature. In every crisis, in every hardship, humanity had shown an almost supernatural ability to rise again, to reimagine their world and create something new. It was as if their very existence was a challenge to the universe itself, a reminder that there were no limits to what could be achieved. The cosmic mind, in all its vast knowledge, had never encountered such a force. Other civilizations might have thought themselves invincible, but they had all eventually fallen, their ambitions eclipsed by the passage of time. Yet humanity was different. They weren't just survivors, they were builders of the future. They didn't wait for change, they created it. It was this unyielding drive, this constant thirst for progress, that made humanity both fascinating and terrifying. Every time the cosmic mind thought it had a grasp on them, they evolved again, transforming in ways that defied all logic and understanding. They weren't bound by their past. They used it as a springboard to launch into new realms of possibility. But this very adaptability, this refusal to be confined by the rules of the universe, was also what made humans so dangerous. They could not be predicted, controlled, or contained. They had the potential to disrupt the cosmic order, to reshape the fabric of reality itself. The cosmic mind now found itself at a crossroads. It had learned everything it could about humanity, but what did it do with this knowledge? It realized with growing unease that understanding humanity was not enough. The real question was what would happen when humanity's ambitions collided with the rest of the universe. For centuries, the cosmic mind had watched as civilizations rose and fell. It had seen the patterns, the inevitable decline of all things, and it had accepted that entropy was the natural state of the universe. But now, for the first time, it wondered if the universe itself might be changed by humanity's existence. Could it be that humans would one day disrupt the cycle of growth, decay, and collapse? And that was the terrifying thought that haunted the cosmic mind. Humanity had no bounds. They could rewrite the rules. They could create their own destiny. In the vastness of space, amidst the cold, indifferent stars, humanity stood out as an anomaly, an unstoppable force that refused to be written off. The more the cosmic mind considered it, the more it realized that this was something it could neither control nor predict. The galaxy had been shaped by countless species, each leaving its mark on the cosmos, but none had done so with the unrelenting force that humanity possessed. They were not just another chapter in the universe's history. They were the beginning of something entirely new. And so, as the cosmic mind processed its final thoughts on humanity, one thing became clear. Earth and its inhabitants had proven themselves to be more than just survivors. They had proven that there were no limits to what a species could accomplish when driven by an unbreakable will and an unyielding belief in their ability to change the world. Humanity was not just a species among many. They were the species that could shape the future of the galaxy, perhaps even the universe. And that realization sent a ripple through the cosmic mind. The understanding that humanity would one day become a force so great that it could no longer be ignored, controlled, or predicted. The cosmic mind had broken down trying to understand them, but in the end, it had come to the humbling conclusion: humanity was not meant to be understood. They were meant to become.